But I do have one more thing to say about the city. Because when I went, it was on the 11th, which is of course Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
So I got out of jury duty and I got some lunch, and then the craziest thing happened. I had my headphones in. I was listening to fucking Quill, and I see everyone stop, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
The minute of
But
silence.
it
or
was
whatever.
just before the minute of silence. It was like I
Yeah.
think it was 2 minutes to 11, and it took me a while to comprehend what was going on. And it
Right.
I was literally it was Hay Street, which is arguably the busiest street in Perth.
Yeah, Hay Street's like
And it was
Perth's
like
Broadway Street.
I mean it's in a nice way, but it was eerie. It was every single like the traffic lights were all stopped. All the cars were stopped. It was a group of about 300 people, and there was one guy in the middle of the road playing the trumpet, and then just one police guard.
Sure.
And I quickly saw what was happening, so I took my AirPods out and I just stood in this crowd of people, and he played the trumpet. And like I said, this busiest street in fucking Perth.
Wow.
Like one time a year, everything just stopped,
Yeah.
and you couldn't hear, you couldn't hear like a pin drop. It was insane. So he played the trumpet, and then it was the minute silence, and then he played his trumpet again, and again it was just like it almost made me go misty eyed.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, this is
These
insane.
things can be powerful, man.
It was very powerful.
That
Although
is-
there was two women who, I'm not trying to be racist, but they weren't white,
Mhm.
and I don't think they knew what was going on
I
because
see.
they walked in and they were
Maybe
like,
they were on holiday or something.
they literally were like this and like pushing through the
Oh,
crowds.
dear.
But then there was one guy,
they
literally,
they were probably like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
literally, because I was like, guys, come on, what the fuck are
They
you
think you're in a
doing?
sci-fi movie or something.
Literally, and then this
It's like
one
being in the Matrix.
other guy who I think could tell what was going on was being really disrespectful, and he was like just
Yeah.
walking through the crowd, and I was literally on like where I was standing. There was like an alleyway down that way, and he needed to get through,
Yeah.
and I just stood there, and he was like, he literally had to like scoot past me, and I didn't
Oh my
move once. I was
God.
like, are you seriously that fucking busy that you can't wait 1 minute?
Yeah. That's
Fucking
the thing.
disrespectful.
That's what's
All
so
right?
ridiculous is that it's such a short amount of time, so easy for us to give, and it's like these people.
Oh,
you
I
know,
got time for this.
No, I'm saying like back in the war, the soldiers,
Mm.
you know, so inconvenient for them, but for us, it's like, oh, what I have to take an extra 30
Oh.
I'm gonna be late to my freaking yoga class, my
Fucking privileged
that I
twats.
pay extra to get a happy ending for. Do you know what I mean? Like all these privileged ass.
It was disrespectful, and I thought, number one, it disturbed my minute silence of remembrance,
Yeah.
and he was trying to get past me, and I just literally didn't move a muscle. I was like this
Yeah.
with my aviators on,
Oh
and
man.
he was just trying to get past me. I was like, I'm not moving. I didn't say it, but I literally just was like, I'm not moving to this
Yeah.
guy for this guy. But no, it was
Well, that's why they call it minute of silence, don't they?
yeah, like honestly,
to
it was, but it was eerie, like the busiest street in Perth, and it was just shut down, and then everyone went on with their way. But like, you know, it's a known fact that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those men. Like, you hear some of the stuff
That's
they were
true.
saying on the news, and it just sounds absolutely horrific
Yeah.
what they had to go through.
Dude, war is ancient, man.
We're
It's
so
crazy.
lucky that we're here. I just thought you don't have
Yeah.
literally a minute to give up, and he was like trying to find.
That's
But yeah,
ridiculous.
that was 3 people out of like 300. So I know I'm focusing on the negative because it was really. Plus the guy playing the trumpet was amazing. It's just
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
so it was really eerie. I just felt my heart kind of just sink, and like I got kind of misty eyed, and I was like, this is insane. Like this happened in this world, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those people. And you can just easily forget that. It was really eye opening. The whole experience was eye opening.